mean, I didn't leave home till I was 25, and my mum was my main traditional carer. And there was no such thing as PAs then, but even so, it was. It really was that straightforward. It was either a family member, overwhelmingly your mother, or a care home. That was really it.
Mm.
And I knew I wasn't going to do either if I could find a way around it. Direct fear that we have, of course, is that they will impose going in an institution, when of course Islington doesn't have any. So they'd also be imposing moving out of the borough and all sorts of things. Or, I suppose this might be where we've got a way in, is if they say, well, you can stay at home with this amount of money, and if it doesn't match our needs, then maybe we can challenge that. But I don't know if we can be, like, what our absolute rights are. I know we don't have a right to direct payments. We have a right to social care on an assessment sort of basis. But I don't know if we have a right to refuse an institution. They're going to lower expectations for disabled people, and I think that is tragic and criminal. Because again, it's like saying, well, if you're you and you happen to have impairments, you can't have this level of opportunity and equality. That's what it really means. If we get away from the language of need, that's what it means. It means that any young person out there who becomes disabled tomorrow, who gets a mobility impairment or whatever, is likely to be given much less support to participate, has changed and polarised. I think we're still getting a little bit of aftermath from the Paralympics, but they're the worthies, they're the worthy strivers, and I was writing about it then, that is a danger. We all saw it. But I do think there's a poisoning. There's an idea that we are to blame in some way. And of course, that then makes you ask, well, do they think we're pretending? Because I've even felt it on the street. Like last week, I was in Tottenham Court Road and going down toward Hills. And I was with a friend who's a wheelchair user, and we were just crossing the road, but there was a guy there who was really quite rude and aggressive, saying, you're blocking the way, and it was like, what? Like, you can't, I didn't quite catch on what he meant almost, because he could walk round us very easily, but he was very aggressive about us just being there. I don't really think they thought about it a lot, because on paper we're deemed the most severely disabled people, blah blah blah. If they fell for the cliched view of what that means, which I think they probably did, they would have expected us to have no voice. Even my social worker will tell me, well, you've got to expect it to be like this. And you think, why? I'm talking about getting out, in and out of bed, or having a hot lunch, or being able to work.
So all those things now are getting above yourself.
Yeah, that is how it's being presented. And I'm sure that is what Ian Duncan Smith thinks.